that we let this so-called 1% know that we're tired and we're not going to stand for it anymore. And what you see is just going to continue to grow, not just here, but across the United States. I am Malice Green. I am Oscar Grant. I am Derek Jones. I am Trayvon Martin. I am Kenneth Harding. I am James Riviere. I am all those who have been murdered. I am my brother's keeper, and I will speak to that issue.
I'm here to bring justice for Trayvon and bring the killer who killed him to justice and in jail like he should be.
Right now, in solidarity with Trayvon Martin, his family, and all other young brothers across this country, brothers and sisters of every race and color who are wearing hoodies, who are targeted because of their race, their skin color, their economic background. We want to make sure that everyone knows the violence against our young people will not stand anymore. Whether it's at the hands of NYPD, LAPD, Oakland PD, or it's at the hands of some, like we said, these rogue so-called security guards. And that the fact that the brother's supposed name, George Zimmerman, is supposedly Hispanic or Latino as a Puerto Rican, I want to make sure everyone knows that we're not having this whole black-brown potential issue. This is we're standing in solidarity and unity. I'm right here in a suit, but I got my hoodie, but tomorrow I might just be in my hoodie. Doesn't make me a target for assassination. We want everybody to know our kids will not be killed anymore without repercussions.
Mic check! Mic check! Mic check! Mic check! Mic check! Mic check! I don't know about you, but I'm motherfucking angry! I'm motherfucking angry! I don't know about you! I don't know about you! But I want justice! I want justice! I want justice! I want justice! Trayvon Martin! Trayvon Martin! Trayvon Martin! Trayvon Martin!
We are going to make sure that Trayvon Martin is not going to be forgotten. We will not forgive or forget. I am Trayvon! I am Trayvon! I am Trayvon! Trayvon Martin could have been my son! 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 Trayvon Martin could have been my son!
This is a human rights issue, and Trayvon Martin is an example of a violation against human rights, and there's so many cases like that out there, and most of the time they appear and then 2 seconds later they disappear and nobody does anything about it. And I think it was time for us to step up and make our voices be heard.
I am Trayvon Martin.
I am Trayvon Martin.
I'm Garcelle Beauvais.
I am Eva. I'm Kimberly Elise.
I'm Angela Bass.
I'm Courtney B. Vance.
But what I want to do in this video, I want to reach out to all the blacks out there that think it's cool and think it's time to start rioting and start fighting and start fucking up people from the other race. That is stupid, right? You ain't doing nothing at all. Why are you guys walking around here shocked like the justice system ever worked in our favor? It's never worked in our favor, okay? Probably a few people got off. But I'm speaking from experience. Anytime it got something to do with a black man being in the justice system, oh, whoa, you got to have a lot of fucking money or you got to be one lucky brother, okay? I'm going to just be flat out honest with you. And all the people that's judging right now, if you ain't experienced, shut the fuck up, okay? Because you don't know how it feels to be in a situation where you in court or you fighting a case or whatever the case may be if you're not black, all right? Not to say everybody in the justice system is racist or anything like that, but they do not got a thing for black folks. Now, with that being said, I'm still trying to wrap my fingers around the fact of why is people trying to lose it now because Trayvon Martin passed away by a Mexican/Hispanic guy? You know, is it a racial thing, or is it that somebody died? I think it's more of a racial thing, because at the end of the day, we got black on black crime every fucking day. You didn't realize that over 500 people got killed in Chicago last year alone? You know what I'm saying? I remember, what was it, Memorial Day weekend, when like 17, 18 people got shot and kids got killed. There was no riots. There was no CNN covering this shit. You know, there was none of that going on.
It's time now to clear the air and to compound the tragedy of Trayvon Martin. It feels as though some people are now trying to do to him in death what George Zimmerman apparently did to him in life, attributing to this young man a character and a personality that they could not possibly know. And yet they persist in imposing upon his slight young frame an identity that implies criminality, juvenile delinquency, and the all-round characteristics of a troublemaker. This is not only deeply offensive to his family, but also a gross form of character assassination upon a child, a dead child. Stories are now being carefully fed to certain sections of the media that Trayvon was suspended from school after his bag was found to contain marijuana residue, that he once wrote graffiti on school grounds. Wow! That he was part of a stolen jewellery investigation on school grounds that resulted in no charges. And, to top it all, the greatest act of social criminality for a kid of colour, that he may have worn gold teeth. Wow, call the police. Even if these petty incidents were true, what on earth do they have to do with the fact that George Zimmerman shot and killed him? But let's compare Trayvon Martin with the history of another man. Only this one committed some real offences, and all of them after his 17th birthday. When this individual was 20, he was arrested for disorderly conduct after he got drunk and stole a Christmas wreath from a hotel. So that's drunk, disorderly and theft. Charges were later dropped. When he was 26, he took out his 16-year-old brother on an underage drinking spree. He lost control of his car, hitting a garbage can, but continued driving. When he was 30, he was arrested and found guilty of driving under the influence of alcohol. His driving licence was suspended for 2 years, even though his friends tried to say that it was for just 30 days. Now, does this brief history make him a social wretch? A criminal with no regard for other road users, a drunk, a disgraceful influence upon young people, including his own 16-year-old brother? What do you call him? Scum of the earth? Hoodlum? Criminal? In fact, America ended up calling him the 43rd President of the United States, George W. Bush. But that's not what they're calling Trayvon Martin. Instead, the brief lifestyle of this young man is now on trial. There's now a full-scale character assassination, suggesting that Trayvon Martin deserved his fate, that he even provoked his own death. But while you may be tempted to divert your attention away from what really happened, here are the only 3 facts that really matter. First, a man with a gun chose to pursue an unarmed teenager who'd done nothing wrong. Second, the man with the gun chose to initiate a confrontation with the teenager after he was advised not to. Third, as a result of the confrontation, the man with the gun shot the teenager to death. And when you focus on the facts, it's not the colour of his teeth that keep coming back to haunt you. It's the colour of his skin.
Justice for Trayvon Martin, man. That's what it boiled down to. And let me tell you something, man. At the end of the day, you killed the boy. You killed an unarmed teenager.
An unarmed kid.
Now, if he was threatened for his life, if Trayvon Martin had a gun or a knife or a weapon, we're talking about a 17-year-old kid, maybe weighed 140 pounds, soaking wet. But this big grown-ass man who initiated the fight approached this guy. He wasn't scared for his life when he approached him. He initiated to follow this dude, and when Trayvon goes to defend himself, from this guy who he doesn't know why you follow me. What's the problem? I mean, if somebody, some strange fat motherfucking man following me, and that's what the fuck I'm doing, I would be taken back, on the defensive edge of my damn self. But gets his ass whooped by this young kid, then kills him. Now, if you're afraid for your life, or whatever the case, he wasn't, like I said, he wasn't afraid for your life when you got into this fight, but you pulled your gun. Reflexes, if you see someone pulling a gun on you, whatever's going on, you're going to stop. That's just a reflex, unless you harm some type of PCP or, they tell me, the boy had marijuana in his system. Listen, marijuana, he may have smoked the blunt 5 weeks ago. Marijuana doesn't turn you into RoboCop.
I guess that kind of shows where we're still at as a nation. Like, racism still exists, and I don't even know if I want to call it racism or anything. It's just this injustice is definitely still out there, and that non-guilty verdict was just like, wow. I mean, stand your ground. I don't know, but I just wanted to do a quick little video, showing my support for Martins, and R.I.P. Trayvon, and I hope your soul is rested in peace. And I don't even want to go out and celebrate like I was gonna go out and party and shit, but just hearing that non-guilty verdict's kind of like, we gotta do better, people.